Congressman Waltz, it's great to have you on the program. Your reaction today to the verdict and then Nancy Pelosi coming out playing politics, Biden, Harris, all seeming to jump on board politics before an hour could go by after this verdict.
Yeah, well, I thought Maxine Waters' incitement of the crowd was just disgusting, frankly. Number one. Number two, I found it quite richly ironic that she actually had police escort going to Minnesota. She had Capitol Police escort, but yet she's inciting the crowd to be more confrontational with the very police. So, as elected officials, as leaders, we should be tamping things down, toning things down, and letting the justice system play out, which it has done. We may disagree with the verdict, but we were not all in the courtroom. We didn't hear every piece of evidence. And we can't be precluding or really gearing the public to getting the verdict that we want to meet a political agenda. And so I was just really, frankly, sad to see from many of our elected leaders, including the president of the United States.
All right. So speaking of the president, let me play a soundbite from Joe Biden just a few hours ago.
It was a murder in the full light of day, and it ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see. The systemic racism the vice president just referred to. The systemic racism is a stain on our nation's soul. The knee on the neck of justice for Black Americans. The murder of George Floyd launched a summer of protest we hadn't seen since the civil rights era in the 60s. Protests that unified people of every race and generation in peace and with purpose. Nothing can ever bring their brother, their father back.
All right, I don't even know where to start here, Congressman. You've got the claims of systemic racism. I mean, he's stoking the flames here. And then he says the summer of riots unified America. If those riots did anything, they drove us further apart when it comes to race. Your response to what you heard from Joe Biden there?
Well, I think you're right. And I just want to say to the 99.99% of law enforcement out there, black, white, and brown, or any race, religion, socioeconomic background, every morning, every night that you get up and put on that badge to stand between us and the criminals in society, I thank you and I support you. No one wants to root out bad police officers more than good police officers. And I think this, besmirching the entire law enforcement community who is out there in communities, minority communities and underserved communities, day in and day out, protecting women from domestic abuse, protecting businesses from theft and crime, and protecting all of us as a Green Beret. When I come home and take off the uniform, I'm dependent on them to protect me and my family. So this notion of that it's systemic, I just haven't seen backed up by fact and evidence. This is a narrative that I think is incredibly destructive and divisive, and just isn't fair to all of those men and women who are protecting us day in and day out.
Yeah. Congressman, I can tell you the stats don't back it up. You've got literally tens of millions of interactions with police and the public every single day, and rarely do anything or any one of them go wrong. Only the high-profile ones, and I do believe the media and the BLM goons, they lay in wait for one little mess up to blow it out, to besmirch the good name of every single law enforcement officer out there. But I appreciate the work you're doing up there, Congressman. It's always a great pleasure having you on the program. Thank you, sir.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely.